Hi there, it's Rose. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I am here today to show you what I created for the hashtag Embellish With Us Wednesdays. Now, Embellish With Us Wednesdays is an open collab and it's hosted by Gigi's Cool Creations and Mary Ann's Craft Corner. So please be sure to follow that hashtag and check out all the creators that are participating in making embellishments and sharing those on Wednesdays. So let's get into it and I'll show you what I created for this week. So I decided to break out a die set that I have, and it's these really pretty flower dies that I found on Amazon, and then some leaf dies, and I thought it would be fun to create some flower embellishments to have in my stash. Now what I did was I went through my paper collections, and what I do when I get paper is I try to cut it down first, and I cut it down primarily to 4 by 5 and a quarter, and that is to have them ready for card bases. So a standard A2 size card, which is what I typically make, is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I cut down my pattern paper to 4 by 5 1/4, so I have that ready for when I want to make some A2 size cards. And the nice thing about cutting up your paper ahead of time is that you're more likely to use it, not just for cards, but for die cutting as well. So it prevents you from saving those paper packs and starting to hoard your paper, which I know a lot of us do. So I had a variety of different color paper. I had some really pretty paper that had different colors on it, so I thought those would make some really pretty flowers, and some papers that were patterned that I thought would make some fun flowers and some different colors. So I wanted to use these, and that's what I did. And for storing purposes, I do keep all of these cut, pre-cut papers in a Dollar Tree bin. So I have them on the side of my desk ready for when I want to do some die cutting or when I want to make a card. So that's what I use there. And then I used some rhinestones that I had in my stash, and I'll show you some of the flowers that I made. So the fun thing about this die is that it's multiple layers, and what I did when I cut them out, typically it was 5 layers, but sometimes I just used 4 of the pieces. I turned the edges down a little bit. Now, I didn't want these to be two-dimensional because they'll probably be used on cards or tags. And so I wanted them somewhat flat, not two-dimensional, but you get an idea that they are puffed up a little bit. And then just added the leaves on the back. So again, a variety of colors. I thought these would be fun to just have ready to go for, maybe some springtime crafting. Fun to add on projects. That's a really pretty purple. Now the blue that I used, it was a light blue paper, so I did get out some Distress ink and just inked around the edges here. You can see that there's darker tinges to that blue. I wanted it to have a little bit more dimension, so I did that. And here's another deeper blue. And the fun thing about making embellishments with these is that, you really kind of get into a rhythm of getting it all die cut out, then laying the pieces out and gluing them up. This is one of those really pretty papers that had a lot of different colors in it. I thought that made a pretty flower. I used several shades of green paper for the leaves. This is one of those pattern papers. Here's a pretty pink. Here's another pink. And you can see, here's a tag, so you can see what it might look like on the top of a tag. This was a pretty orange and yellow paper that had a design on it. Here's just a plain card front. So you can see what a couple might look like on the front of just a standard A2 size card. Now what I used for the layering pieces on these is I used some Zot dots, and they were like glue dots for the first couple of bases, and then I glued the very top two. So I'm still struggling to find the absolute perfect glue that won't dry out on me. If I have the opportunity to use some glue dots, I'll use those. So that's a look at all the embellishment flowers that I made for this week. I made 20 in all. Please be sure to follow that hashtag. Thank you again to Judith and Marianne for hosting this great collaboration every Wednesday. If you're new to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Thank you for commenting and giving the video a thumbs up. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.